So, you know how you just get a new machine and then you just toss it one side, you're not making use of it, you're putting your clothes on it, cobwebs are sleeping on it, and everything is just happening to the machine, and the poor machine is just sitting down there watching you, all because you cannot make use of it. Well, this video is here to help you out. Just stay tuned.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be showing you how to make use of a sewing machine from the beginning to the end. So this my little baby that is here is 20 years old, sorry, 21 years old, and she's been helping me through all the stitches, putting my stitches together. Yes, I have to customize her, cover her up with the skin. So if you're interested to see how I achieve this look for my machine, I have the video on it on my channel. Just do well to check it out there. Then if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video you would also be notified. So without further rambling or talking too much, I think we just get into this video.
Alright guys, so the first thing that you're going to be seeing here is the hand wheel. Your hand wheel is supposed to be going clockwise instead of anti-clockwise. So it's supposed to be going like this instead of like this. Alright, so the next one is the thread lifter, and you're going to put your thread at this point. So you use this, the hand wheel controls the thread lifter. Okay, I'll show you how it's being used. Alright, so the next thing is the tension or the regulator. This is called a tension or regulator. It actually helps to control the movement of your thread and on how it moves. If you check, well, if you look at this point, you will notice, wait, let me come close so I can focus. Focus, please, 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 please. Okay, so you notice you have a plus and a minus here. If you go this way, it means you're trying to make the thread tight. This is going to make the thread more tighter. But then if you're going like this, it means it's going to release the thread. Okay, so over here you have the thread guide. You pass the thread from the lifter through the thread guide, and then it comes through to your needle. This is the needle here, and this is a needle rod. So you notice that when you roll your hand wheel, those stuff moves together, they go together. So basically this hand wheel controls the lifter and also the needle rod. So the next thing is the presser foot. This is called the presser foot, and this is the presser foot lifter. This stuff helps to hold your fabric in place. Place it normally so that the needle and the whole thing can be able to do its work. So once you come here, you hold the presser foot lifter and you take it down. Once you do that, you notice this went down, then you can take it up. You can take out your fabric and then you bring it down. It holds the fabric, you take it up. Okay, so that's what happens. So right here you have the bed. This is the bed where you place your clothes. You know, this is where the whole sewing takes place. All right, so the next thing now is the slide plates and the slide throat. Now this slide plates, once you open the slide plates, it actually enables you to see everything that's going on with the bobbin here. Okay, you get to understand what is going on under the machine, your bobbin, the threading, and everything. You'll get there soon. So this actually controls the teeth. Look, under here what you have is the teeth. This stuff is the teeth, and also this is what actually helps to push your fabric forward anytime you are sewing. You don't need to drag the fabric. The teeth here does its work. So you notice that when you roll your hand wheel, the teeth also move alongside. So over here you have this spool pin. This is a spool pin. This is where you place your thread I'm going to show you guys that in the next couple of seconds, sorry, couple of minutes. You place your thread here and then you thread your machine, and here you have the hand stitches. This is called hand stitches. It actually helps to regulate the type of stitch that you are using. If you take it down like where it is right now, and it's calibrated with different numbers here. If you bring it up here to where you have 7, so you have 7 or 6, okay, it's going to give you like a gather stitch, and the stitch you're going to be getting is going to be a little bit of a wide stitch. So as you go up, the stitch becomes tight. As you go up, it becomes tight. As you come down, it makes the stitch more loose than before. But when you go up here, at this point, you're just trying to stitch like, look at this. That happens when you move this stitch guide, this hand stitch. So this here right now helps you to control all your stitch. All right, so over here you have the bobbin case. You just pick it out like this and bring out the bobbin. So when you bring it out like this, you notice you have two things here. This is called the shuttle, and this is called the ring, where you reel your thread, and then you place it inside the shuttle. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do all of that. All right, so coming back to the bobbin case, you notice that there are two stops here that actually helps to hold the bobbin case together. So you just take it out like this, and that is it. You have the cover. This is the front part, this is the cover, and this is the side. So that's how it looks down there. So when you're trying to insert it, you have to place it like this and let the moon, this part, the moon part or the side, go over it like this. Okay, now it's sitting properly, it sits well. Make sure it sits well. Then you place the cover on top, and then you hold it and then push this up. That's how you set the bobbin case, and that's how you can actually remove it, clean everything, and then put it back like that. So when you come down here you have the foot pedal, and it goes like this: front, back, and it's actually being controlled by the hand wheel. Everything in the machine, except this anyway, everything in the machine actually comes back to the hand wheel. This is like the heart of this machine, and if this is not correctly fixed with the rope, I mean, it's like you just give your machine a heart attack if there's anything like that. So this is like the heart of the machine. Once this moves, everything starts to move. Okay, once it moves, everything starts to move. Okay, so for you to reel your thread on this on the ring, you just pick a thread like this, you pass it through this hole, then you press it down with your hand and wrap it around like 1, 2, 3, just to secure it. Okay, so now my machine is very old, like I said earlier, it's very old. So this stuff, that there's something that is always here, and there's always another thing here. Okay, so in your machine you might definitely have that. So this will go in at a spot like this. There's always something here, so this will just go by it like this. Then you press a little flap that is here. There's one tiny flap that's always here. You just press it down. This thread will actually go around, and there's always a spoolie here too. So you place the spoolie like this. Okay, you bring the thread, you place it here on where you have that little round stuff on your own machine, and then you take it up. It should look something like this. Okay, it should look something like this. Okay, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but yeah, it should look something like that when you are, if your machine still has the complete stuffs in it. But for now, since mine doesn't have that, what I do as an alternative is I just wrap my stuff around it, and then I have a little spoolie like this. I'll just have to pass it through this hole. Okay, then I'll place it like this. Okay, this is just an alternative if your machine is as old as mine and everything has gone out the way it is. Okay, so this is what I do. I just place it here, and then I'll just roll the hand wheel clockwise. So once I'm done, you have a full ring, and be sure not to over cloud your ring, okay, so that it can be able to fit in properly into the shuttle. Okay, because if this is too full, fitting it into the shuttle is going to be a little bit of a problem, though it might enter, but then to come out might be a problem, and also for it to move inside the shuttle will also be a problem. So after doing that, you will notice there is a tiny line here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a tiny line. Yes, there is a tiny line here. All you do is you bring the thread, pass it through that line, and then pass it this way. Okay, then you bring it down. Now your shuttle and the ring is ready to go into its home, which is the bobbin case. So moving forward, we have to thread these other parts of the machine too. So you just take your thread like this, place it on the spool pin, pass it round like so, then you bring it here and you place it on this tiny opening on top. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a very tiny opening on top here. Then you pass it through the thread regulator like this. Make sure it fits well. Okay, then once you are done doing that, you then pass it through this point like that, and then you pass it through the thread guide. And like that, you now move down to your needle, and then you pass it through. Then you try to pass it through the needle. So now that we have succeeded in passing the thread through the needle, we have to fix the ring and the shuttle into the bobbin case. So here's what's going to happen. You come here and you open this. You place it, just hold it like this. Make sure it's by the side. Make sure it's just to the side. Then you go under the machine and you place it like so. Okay. There is actually a tiny hole. Like if you check your machine, you see that there is actually something here. Okay. On the bobbin cover, there's a tiny hole here. So that is where this is going to, this stuff, that's where you're going to place. There's a place for you to fix it in, so that is where it's going to go to. So once you hear that sound, it means you've done the right thing. You close this, then you come to the surface, you move your hand wheel, take the needle down inside, and then bring it out. It's as simple as that, and the thread underneath is going to come out with it. Another thing, let me show you something. Another thing is, you open this point and you needle comes out. So if you notice, this needle has two sides. Just watch. This is one side. Here is very smooth, while here is a little bit flat. Are you seeing that? Then I'll rotate it again. This side is not like that. Are you seeing? So what you're going to do is when you're placing the needle into the needle rod, you make sure that this part faces this way. Okay, it faces your left hand side, while this other part that is very smooth and has this little flat surface below faces your right hand side. So this is how you're going to place the needle. If not, if this part faces your, if this part should face your right hand side, you notice that your thread, as you're sewing, the thread will be, I don't know, like it's going to be cutting, like every time the thread will cut, every time the thread will be cutting. So you will not really feel comfortable. Okay, so you have to put it correctly so that you can sew comfortably. So you watch it. Another thing is, if your foot, the presser foot, right? Yeah. If this has a problem and you want to change it, what you do is you come here and you roll that anti-clockwise. That's if you're using a butterfly machine like mine. I don't know how other of my machine whether it's clockwise or so, but you can figure that out on your own machine. So you just open this and it's very easy. You just take it out. Once you open it well, you just take it out like this, and that's it. Then you try to fix a new one, like the one I'm using. This is actually a new presser foot. Then lift it and make sure that it enters, like it fits well. So I'll be able to tighten this up. So just like that, I have changed my presser foot to what you're seeing here. When you have a fabric like this, you just bring it in. Okay, first of all, you have to place your thread in a secure position like this. Okay, then you bring in your fabric like this in here. Then you bring down the foot lifter. So once you do that, you check your regulator if it's on either gathers or very tight stitch, or gathers as in if the stitch is very loose. Okay, this is actually the loosest. At this point you have the loosest stitch. So let's just try something first. Let's say we are placing our regulator at this point. Then you start to sew. Okay, remember you're moving your hand wheel clockwise. You see what happens? You see what happens? If the stitch is on the loosest stitch and you're sewing, it means you're trying to gather your fabric. It means you're trying to gather your fabric, and that's the loosest stitch. If you check this, the stitch is wide. The stitch you're having here is wide, and in as much as it's wide, it's actually pushing the clothes, the fabric to itself, like it's bringing them together. That's how you have a gather stitch. Okay, so now if you move it up to 7 or 10, you notice this. Okay, I don't know if you've seen the difference between this point and this point. Here is no longer gathered. Okay, here you have a more tight stitch, like it's almost invisible. You cannot really see it, right? But here the stitch were much bold. So now the stitch is much tiny here and is sewing straight. It's not gathering the material, it's sewing it straight. So this point, actually this place is very, very important. Anytime you are sewing, it helps to regulate the stitches. Whatever you're going to have here is as a result of where this is being positioned. Here the stitch is much tiny, okay. You have a tight stitch here, while here you have a loose stitch. So when you have a loose stitch like this is what happens. You pick a strand of the thread, preferably the one on top, and then you push the material. So this is why this stitch is called the gathered stitch, okay. So it actually gathers the material. Now if you check, if I push it down to where I started the tight stitch, I can't really go down, I can't really go further anymore, because that stitch is very tight, okay. It's actually difficult for you to come down. You just stop somewhere here. Meanwhile, it's very easy for you to come together at this point, okay. So that's the difference between that loose stitch and this other one that is tight. So in learning to move the hand wheel and the foot pedal at the same time, here is what to do. You just move it like this, clockwise. Just come here first, move it clockwise. Now once you start moving it clockwise, you notice that it's going to be telling the foot pedal what to do. Like right now, I'm not actually moving my feet. It's this hand wheel that is controlling the foot. So you just move it like this, and once it tells you what to do, you just follow suit like that, okay. So right now I'm reciprocating from here, and that is why here is moving on its own, okay. So that is how you stitch and you sew. I mean, it's simple, okay. It's very simple. Don't put so much force on the foot pedal. Just go easy on it like this, and it's going to tell on the hand wheel, and it's going to tell you how to move your foot pedal. So it's as easy as that, okay. So you can go fast, or you can go slow like this, okay. So that's just basically it in moving the machine, threading, and that is just it. Oh, all right. So guys, I think that basically completes this video. I've shown you how we've learned the parts of the machine and their functions, and also we have also learned how to thread the machine both underneath and also on the surface. And we've also seen the different stitches and how to sew properly, how to combine the hand wheel and the foot pedal, and how it moves. You understand? So that is just the basic thing in learning how to sew and how to be conversant with your machine. Alright guys, that's a wrap for that video. Please do well to give me a thumbs up and let me know that you loved this video, and also do well to share this video with your friends, enemies, families, and neighbors alike. Yes, I said families, they're also human beings. So do well to just share it with them. We don't know wherever this video might actually help somebody. So if you have any complaints, suggestion, discussion, or corrections to make, or questions, please do let me know that in the comment section, and I'll do well to get back to you and answer those questions and taking your corrections. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do want to subscribe to this channel, because on this channel we do more of sewing videos, fashion, vlogs, and also beauty content. So if any of that is of your interest, please do well to subscribe to this channel and click the little notification bell, ding, so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be notified at the spot. So I'm gonna see you guys on my next video. Bye.